So this is the Google Pixel 6a, and in my opinion, this is an amazing phone. This was Google's budget option released in 2022, and there was definitely a lot of things that surprised me given the price point in the UK on this phone. It uses Google's new tensor chip that they released in 2022, as well as loads of other features. So let's get straight into the video. Okay, so the design. In my opinion, the design of this phone is great. This is a much improved design from the older Google Pixel 4a and 4a 5G models, with a much more uniformed aluminium frame and a plastic back. For sure, the back of this phone is made of plastic, as you can see, but it resembles a similar design in the hand if you compare this to the Google Pixel 6 Pro. The side rails with this phone are made out of aluminium, and this definitely adds to the premium feeling of the phone. Overall, in the hand, using this on a day-to-day basis, this feels a lot more premium than older devices like the Google Pixel 4a and the Google Pixel 4a 5G. I've got the charcoal color, but this also comes in chalk and sage. And I really do like the two-tone design of this phone. I think it just makes this phone stand out, and you'll be able to tell that it's a Pixel from a long way away. We also do have a camera bump on this phone, even though it is not as big as the Google Pixel 6 for sure, and definitely rests well if you're putting this phone on a desk. The camera bump design is flush with the phone, so it also makes this phone look even more premium, and overall the design of this phone in my opinion is amazing and definitely is a massive improvement from Google's older budget phones. This phone also does have a fingerprint sensor, which is definitely a step in the right direction compared to Google's older phones. In Google's older phones, we did have fingerprint sensors, but they would most of the time be on the back of the phone, so it was a bit more difficult to unlock the phone using the fingerprint sensor on the back. Now we have an in-screen fingerprint sensor, so unlocking the phone is quick and easy. As well as this, whilst this is a small thing, the buttons on the side of this phone are very good and feel very tactile. Okay, so let's talk about the screen with this phone. In my opinion, the screen with this phone is great. This has a 6.1-inch OLED display, which runs at 60Hz. People say 60Hz is slow and all that stuff, but honestly, you're probably using this phone on a 60Hz phone right now, or you don't have a clue what Hertz is in the first place. For those who don't know, Hertz is the amount of time your screen refreshes a second. The quicker it refreshes, the better. And in most budget phones in this price range nowadays, we are seeing phones going from 60Hz display like the one on this one to 90Hz displays, or in some cases 120Hz displays. Having an OLED display at this price point is amazing, since with the iPhone SE3 we have an LCD display. This is still fine, but OLED displays in general are a lot clearer and overall have a lot more resolution. We have a full HD display on this phone as well, which is also great for watching videos. In summary, using this phone is very smooth. This is also because of the addition of the Google tensor chip with this phone, but the screen of this phone is crisp and clear and is extremely vibrant when watching videos. This does have a higher contrast ratio compared to the Google Pixel 4a and Google Pixel 4a 5G, so colours will appear to be a bit more detailed and vibrant. This will be great for watching movies on a day-to-day basis. In my opinion, the speakers with this phone have taken a massive step forward. Music sounds a lot more clearer in my opinion, and voices are a lot clearer in general, and the speakers are comparable with the Google Pixel 6 Pro. Have a listen to the speaker test. Okay, so now let's talk about the cameras on this phone. Whilst this is still using the same sensors as the Google Pixel 4a 5G, being the 12.2 megapixel main sensor and a 60 megapixel ultra-wide sensor, in general there has been a massive step up in terms of camera quality. In my opinion, the camera app itself is such a joy to use. I just like the design, I like everything about the app in general, and the actual cameras themselves are really easy and interactive. In my opinion, whilst this still does use the slightly lacking sensors compared to Google's new flagship phones, the cameras with this phone will be fine for most people, and some of these photos are definitely comparable to flagships, which makes this phone even more appealing to buy. Also, the addition of an ultra-wide camera on this phone is definitely something that I don't think is appreciated. An ultra-wide camera means you can capture more of your space around you, which means if you like taking group photos, this phone can fit more of your friends in your photo, for example. This can help in a lot of scenarios, and the ultra-wide camera has been a lifesaver, especially I think a few weeks ago we went out to London, and you could see the London Eye, you could see everything, and having an ultra-wide camera with this phone made this a much better experience in terms of taking photos in the night. I feel like with the Pixel 6 Pro, we had sensors that were too capable and software that was also very capable, so that made the photos look over-processed. With this phone, you have good sensors and great software. So this means every single image that comes out of this phone is very consistent. So actually, I think this is almost an advantage over Google's newer phones, since this phone will just give you consistent photos every single time. Okay, so this is the front camera coming from the Google Pixel 6a, and in my opinion, we've seen a massive improvement here. You can already see that there's a lot less noise coming from older phones, and overall the skin tones in general has improved. More on that later. There definitely seems to be a lot more detail in the front camera, and overall, the image just looks a lot better than the Pixel 4a 5G. Skin tones with this phone is definitely something that Google is focused on, due to Google's sensor chip having massive improvements in photo processing. This means that when you take photos of people like me with darker skin tones, or just people who have darker skin tones generally, this phone will do a much better job of representing what they really look like instead of washing them out or making them look under or overexposed. Okay, so let's talk about performance with this phone. What is this phone like to use on a day-to-day basis? In short, amazing. With the Google Tensor chip, there is a massive step forward on a day-to-day basis compared to the Snapdragon 730G. So if you are using the Pixel 4a or Pixel 3a or even before, this is almost a no-brainer in terms of a really good upgrade given the price point. But yeah, overall using this phone on a day-to-day basis is great. This phone flies through Instagram and YouTube and watching videos. It does do very well when it comes to gaming, and there's a massive step up in terms of the GPU side compared to the Google Pixel 4a 5G, which is a phone I'd used previously for the last 2 years. And if you want to see a video I made about that, check out this video up here. Also, when it comes to performance, taking quick photos just like that has become really easy with the Google Tensor chip. There has definitely been a massive step up in terms of photo processing after you take an image, which is a problem on Google's older phones with the older chips inside. With this new chip, snapping photos very quickly is something that is a massive improvement, and it's a lot better with the Google Pixel 6a. Yeah, and on the whole, the software with this phone is great. I think Android 13 has definitely got to be one of my favorite softwares. There's a few features that I would like to see on Android 13 though, for example, being able to have multiple wallpapers at once like you can with iOS 16, but a lot of the features I really enjoy with this phone. And voice dictation has come in clutch many times when I'm chatting with my friends, I want to send a quick email, I want to respond to someone. This works perfectly, and voice dictation is definitely a massive benefit on this phone, and something that is very unique to this phone in general at this price point. So yeah, in general, I'm really happy with the software experience and user experience and benefits of the Tensor chip using this phone after 1 month. With Android 13, you get true Pixel UI without any bloatware, and overall at this price point you will get a lot of other phones like Samsung phones, A53, stuff like that, and phones like that will have a lot of bloatware. So having a phone like this which is clean and simple is great. On average, you can probably use this phone for about 6 to 8 hours a day, and that's 6 hours of screen on time. But in general, if you don't use your phone that much, which is pretty normal, I don't know who uses their phone for 6 hours straight. This phone will be fine and will definitely last you 1 to 2 days if you stretch the battery. In general, the battery life will last, for example, if you don't charge it one night, use the phone the other day, to the end of that day, the next day, and you'll still probably have about 20 to 10% left. This phone has a 4,410 mAh battery, so the battery is pretty big, but the addition of the Tensor chip means that battery is extended for even longer, given its power efficiency. So overall, after 1 month, I've really enjoyed my time using the Google Pixel 6a. Stay tuned because very soon I'm going to be doing an in-depth camera test with this phone, which should be very interesting to watch because this phone is going to be going up against the likes of the iPhone 13 Pro and the Google Pixel 6 Pro. I will also be doing long-term reviews of this phone in the near future. But the price point, if you want to get this phone right now, based on this review, is roughly £252. This is at 3.co.uk and this costs about £252 up front. On Vodafone, however, this phone was at £225, so that's an extra £30 almost taking off the price. So you can definitely find some really good deals for £100 to £250 on this phone. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want more videos like this, and comment down below your thoughts on this phone. If you have any questions about this phone, also drop them down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.